Hey y'all, it's Jessica here from Just Give Me Jesus, and today I am making an inspirational journal as we discussed in the podcast, if you happened to catch it earlier. If you did not, please check us out at Creative Faith and Friends. And I'm showing you the little journal I made out of a little junior elf book that I got on eBay at some point in time. It's a vintage little book, and I added this beautiful vintage fabric. It's not vintage fabric. It has a vintage look from cotton picking stitching, and I created the holes in the journal just to make this video a little easier and go a little quicker. Sometimes it's just difficult to do everything on camera. So I did all of that, and I am now fixing to add the different pages into my journal. So I have a mixture of watercolor paper, copy paper, but with the copy paper, I have 28-pound copy paper because it's a little bit thicker, and if I want to write with a fountain pen in my journal or draw or paint, I just want paper that's going to hold up to that, so I like the thicker copy paper. I also have mixed media paper, some brown cardstock paper, some old lesson plan books. I had a couple of pages left in lesson plan books. I don't throw anything away. And so I added all of those together to create my journal. I wanted a lot of different papers in there because it gives me more inspiration as I'm going through, not to have just a blank page to jump off from. So I'm just folding all of the pages. They were 6 by 10, and I folded them to be 6 by 5 for my journal, but they would need to be fitted for each journal. Oh, there's also some graph paper. And then I'm separating them into 2 signatures because I've got 4 holes in my journal, so I'm going to add 2 strings. Well, no, I'm going to add 1 string and have 2 elastic bands on the inside to form 2 signatures. So I sped this up so it wouldn't take quite as long, but I've got to sort them so that they fit easily together. I like a traveler's notebook style journal, even if I'm making my own, because I can pull out the pages or add more if I want to. And when I really don't have a purpose or to know exactly what direction I'm going to go with my journal, this gives me the opportunity to add or take out as I go. And also, if my journal just gets too big, in the meantime, I can take more out because that kind of bugs me if I can't tie it closed anymore. It happens, I know. So now I'm going to string my journal with some gold elastic string. I'm going to put the links for what I can find in the description below. A lot of the pages just come from a stash that I have of things I've picked up on clearance at different times. But I'll put a link for that super cute fabric and that elastic cording. And I'm just going to tie it off. I've strung it through the journal. I'm going to tie it off good. And then after the video, I'm actually going to just singe the ends with a like a lighter because it'll seal that thread to the elastic. But I do not recommend this for anybody who's young, or if you are going to burn anything, don't do it. I'm dangerous with things like that, but I did it anyway. And those super cute unicorn scissors also came from Cotton Pick and Stitch, and she has a fantastic selection of different things. She is also my mom. So when you see my videos, you're going to see different things. So I've just folded these pages together. I did use a bone folder because that gives them a crisper fold, and I like that. And I'm going to slip them in my the signatures, slip them in those little elastic bands, and you'll see how easy they slip in and out, but they stay. They don't slide around, and they fit so nicely in this little book. So now I'm thinking, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do? So I pull out my Sari Silk, and I've kind of collected a bit over time, and I love Sari Silk. It is so pretty, especially in journals for paper clips or ties or whatever. So I've actually decided to go with that pretty pink color there, because I have that kind of pink sparkly ribbon on the where the spine joins the book. And so I'm gonna roll off enough that I can get a cute little bow if I'm gonna tie it. And y'all, I struggled to find the end of that ribbon. The struggle was real. It did not want to be found, but there it is. Yay, I found it. And there's a knot. That's easy enough to fix. So I'm just going to kind of measure what I think I might want, and then, times 2, 1 for each side. And then I'll cut that into, get an idea of what kind of bow I might want. And sometimes it's a hot mess when I put these closings on. They usually don't work the way I want them to. This one actually did, but sometimes they don't. And that's okay too. The one thing that you have to remember in everything you do crafty, it should never be about perfection, because if it becomes about perfection, then you will not enjoy what you're doing. And I love those little pictures poking out from underneath where I wrapped that fabric around the spine. And I did add in, I don't think I mentioned, some thick cardboard is what I made my spine out of. If anybody would like to see how that's done, there are tons of video tutorials on YouTube. But I can show you if you would like. And I'm using my fabric tack. That's something new I started this year. And yeah, I love some fabric tack. That's some good glue. And it seals quickly. I also found that little Tim Holtz pokey thingy. I don't know what it's called. On clearance, and that has been one of my favorite accessories in life. I use it for things not even crafting, but I love that. But it is great to clear your glue bottles or paint bottles or whatever. So I'm just gluing that there, and I can't ever leave that raw. So then I think, okay, let's do a little collaging on here. So I pull out my little go-go notebook that I made, and I'm just trying to come up with some ideas. A lot of these are some of Pink Paper Peppermint's older collections that I've just kind of cut, and the pieces I haven't used go in here. So I'm just finding some different ephemera that I think I might like to go into that collage. And it ends up taking a lot longer than I thought. I was having a hard time being decisive. A really hard time.